I have a dark past, a deep, dark secret I need to confess and unburden myself with to expose myself to the world. I used to be a ditto head. Yeah, that's right. I used to listen to conservative talk radio all the time, especially when I had my new job, when I was on a mower all day long, just with my headphones on with my choice of what I wanted to listen to by myself. It was Rush Limbaugh, it was Glenn Beck, it was Sean Hannity, whatever was coming on the conservative talk radio in my area, I would have it on all day long. Just getting indoctrinated non-stop all day with this. And I remember listening to it and still to this point have a couple points that I still agree with. And one of which is that, and I remember Rush talking about this an awful lot, of the nanny state that the Democrats wanted to put us under. That we had to keep fighting and be aware and be alert of how much control the Democrats wanted to have in our lives, telling us exactly how to live and operate. And I still believe that today. I don't want a nanny state. I don't want the government telling me what decisions I have to make, or even deciding for me on what I needed to do. And I know a lot of people out here that are more affected than I am in my ivory tower that I live in can understand this point even more. They don't want people telling them how they can, what medical choices they can make, who they can marry, what they can do in their free time, how they can worship in their free time or practice their religious beliefs or lack thereof. There's a lot of people like that don't want this, but this administration is pushing for it, which doesn't lose its irony on me. That all this preaching from the conservative talk radio right was about, watch out, we don't want the government in our lives all day long telling us exactly how to live and what to do. And we find ourselves in a Republican run administration that's wanting to tell us exactly how to live our lives and what we need to do every day. And I know the cultic mindset that's of these people that follow this administration and are saying, no, that's not true about this. This is what's best for our country. It's just because you've been indoctrinated, you've been brainwashed into thinking that this is what's best. You're letting these people tell you exactly how to operate every day and what to say and what to think and what to do. You're in a nanny state. You're the first ones turned over that are willingly going along because you think you agree with it. And for some of us that have broken away from the conservative right-wing extremism and seen that this is what's happening, because I'd probably consider myself more of a left to center moderate, I can see what's happening. That they want to put us in this nanny state where they decide exactly everything we need to do, all the decisions we need to make, what's best for us, even if it's against our own best interest. And just to see how far that the right has gone away from their conservative roots that boosted them up through the 90s and 2000s with the conservative talk radio movements and all that, to see that they're actually operating in the way that they were teaching to look out for. But it's not ironic in the sense that they don't see it themselves. They don't accept it as being part of what they're doing. It's just the cultic mindset that they have, that they can completely whitewash this over and say, no, the other side's still doing it, which there is some truth. If you go to the extreme left, they're going to want to have a lot of controls and regulations on us to tell us what's best for us and how to live every day too, taking away choice from us. Either side of the spectrum on the extremes is going to be a nanny state, and we've seen what's now happening and how it's going to work from the people that were cautioning us most to watch out for it. And it just doesn't shock me at all. I know these people because, it's the pot calling the kettle black syndrome. They can't see it within themselves because they honestly think this is the best way and this is the right way and we need to do it. It's the only way. We have the answers. We have the truth. And that's just simply a horrible way to live. When you think you have all the answers and all the truth, you probably have very little answers or truth to anything that you're teaching because you're becoming extremely myopic and one side and narrow-sighted in everything you do. But I caution everyone to keep out and look out for the nanny state, because it's not what the Republicans were saying was going to happen through the early aughts and whatnot with the Russian Hannity movements. It's happening right now from the people that they would back and support and get behind. They predicted and took over their own future by doing exactly what they cautioned us against. So just be diligent and just understand that we're going into a nanny state. It's one lesson I learned from conservatism to watch out for. When you see that, there's going to be problems coming. And we see that happening now. So hopefully it collapses all under itself and they keep making horrible decisions that ruin everyday lives, that people would finally wake up and see what's happening and smell the coffee that's going on. But for some of these mindsets that, as you obviously see, are going to back whatever their fearless leader wants to say and do because they're brainwashed into doing so, it may not open their minds. But I'm not too concerned about all the people that are falling under that. It's not a majority. It's not a larger number than what doesn't like it in this country. And hopefully it's enough to motivate us to take action and make some corrections that need to be done.